There's a lot of looks maxing advice online right now, and some of it can genuinely hurt you. Bone smashing, unsupervised hormones, DIY fillers, extreme diuretics, all of it has gotten more attention lately because of guys like Clavicular pushing the extremes on stream. So before we get into anything that actually works, I need to go through what you should not be doing, why it's dangerous, and then we'll get into the free legitimate methods that are actually worth your time. This is a long one, so let's get into it properly. Starting with the one getting the most attention right now. Bone smashing and repeatedly hitting your own face, usually the jaw or cheek area, with a hammer or blunt object on the theory that it causes micro fractures, which heal back denser and more angular. This trend picked up because of guys like Clavicular documenting it publicly. Here's the actual truth. There is no legitimate medical or biomechanical basis for this improving your bone structure. Facial bones don't respond to blunt trauma by becoming more defined. They respond by fracturing, swelling, and in the worst cases, healing incorrectly or requiring surgical correction. And what you're actually risking is nerve damage that can be permanent, orbital fractures near your eye socket, chronic pain that doesn't go away, and visible asymmetry that's worse than what you started with. This isn't a shortcut to a better jawline. It's self-inflicted injury with a rebrand. If you've seen this trending anywhere and felt even slightly tempted, don't. Next, unsupervised testosterone and other hormone use, which has also been normalized by parts of this community. Clavicular has openly discussed starting hormone use as a young teenager without medical supervision. Here's why this is genuinely dangerous and not just extreme. Your endocrine system is delicately balanced, especially during adolescence when your body is still developing. Introducing external hormones without blood work, without a doctor monitoring your levels, without understanding your baseline, så blir det som säger amo, can cause permanent disruption to your natural hormone production, fertility problems that may not be reversible, cardiovascular strain, and psychological effects including dependency. This isn't something to experiment with based on what a streamer does for content, and if you're genuinely considering hormone therapy for a legitimate reason, that conversation happens with an endocrinologist who runs actual blood work, not through a supplement store or someone online selling you a protocol. Next, people attempting DIY filler injections at home, sometimes using unregulated products bought online to change their jawline, cheekbones, or lips without ever seeing a licensed injector. And this is one of the most dangerous trends in the entire cosmetic space right now. Not just looks maxing. Improperly injected filler can cause vascular occlusion, which means you're blocking blood flow to actual tissue. In severe cases, this can cause skin necrosis, permanent scarring, or even blindness if it migrates near the eye area. There is zero scenario where doing this yourself or having an unlicensed person do it is worth the risk. If filler is something you're genuinely considering, it needs to be done by a licensed medical professional in a proper clinical setting. Full stop. Next, guys using extreme fasting, water cutting, or diuretics to get a hollowed, ultra lean look right before posting content or going out, chasing that shredded, low body fat aesthetic fast. This is genuinely risky because diuretics and extreme dehydration mess with your electrolyte balance, which affects your heart rhythm directly. This isn't an exaggeration. Severe electrolyte imbalance from misused diuretics has caused real cardiac events in otherwise healthy young men. Real sustainable body fat reduction happens over months through consistent diet, not through crash dehydration protocols before a photo or a stream. If you're chasing that hollow cheek aesthetic, the sustainable path is slow fat loss over time, not shortcuts that put your heart at risk for a temporary look. And last on the dangerous list, mapigil, people attempting to remove buccal fat, the fat pads in your cheeks, through unlicensed or DIY means, sometimes literally trying to do this to themselves or having someone untrained attempt it. Buccal fat removal is an actual surgical procedure that involves your facial nerves and salivary ducts being in close proximity to the area being operated on. Done wrong, you're looking at facial nerve damage, permanent asymmetry, or infection that can spread seriously. If you're considering this, it's a conversation with a licensed maxillofacial or plastic surgeon, not something to attempt yourself or find a shortcut around. Now, one thing that gets lumped in with the risky stuff but genuinely isn't, mouth taping. Taping your mouth shut at night to encourage nasal breathing. Some doctors and sleep specialists actually do recommend this for people with mild snoring or mouth breathing habits, because nasal breathing during sleep is linked to better sleep quality and can reduce some of the facial changes associated with chronic mouth breathing over time. That said, it's not for everyone. If you have any nasal obstructions, sleep apnea, or breathing issues, taping your mouth shut without addressing the underlying issue first can actually be dangerous. So the caveat here is simple. If you don't have breathing issues, it's a low-risk habit some people find helpful. If you do have breathing problems, see a doctor before trying it. Don't just tape it shut and hope for the best. Okay, now that the warnings are out of the way, let's get into what's actually worth your time for free. Posture correction is genuinely one of the best free things you can do. Fixing forward head posture and rounded shoulders instantly changes how tall, proportional, and confident you read to people, and it's completely free. Water intake. Chronic mild dehydration shows up as puffiness and dull skin. Fixing this is the cheapest real win available to you. Mewing. Proper tongue posture against the roof of your mouth. In growing adolescence, this can plausibly influence jaw and palate development over years. In adults with fused bone structure, the realistic effect is smaller, better posture, marginal changes, but it's a legitimate long-term habit, not a scam. Sleeping on your back instead of your side reduces one-sided facial compression and fluid buildup over time. Small effect, free, easy to build as a habit. Ice rolling and gua sha. Temporary depuffing from constricted blood vessels near the surface. Not a transformation tool, but genuinely useful before a photo or event. Jaw exercisers and mastic gum, the real muscle engagement similar to any resistance training. But if your body fat is covering that muscle, none of it will show. Fix your diet first. This is a finishing touch, not a starting point. So that's the full breakdown. Avoid bone smashing, unsupervised hormones, DIY fillers, extreme diuretics, and DIY buccal fat removal completely. None of it is worth the real physical risk involved. Mouth taping is fine for most people without breathing issues, and the actual free wins that matter are posture, hydration, mewing, and sleep. Boring, consistent, and free. Stack those and skip anything that risks actually hurting yourself for a shortcut. Drop a comment with what you've actually tried. And if you've seen any of these dangerous trends floating around, let me know so I can cover it. Subscribe for the next one.